Moving on to Afghanistan. The intra-Afghan negotiations, which began last year in September, have so far not made any significant progress. Meanwhile, violence in the country has surged to new heights. While at one side, Afghan security forces are being targeted on a daily basis, journalists, human rights activists and members of civil society too have come under the radar of terrorists. Recently, two female judges working for the Supreme Court were shot dead in the capital, Kabul. A report.
This is the aftermath of a fatal attack on two female judges of Supreme Court in the capital city of Kabul. The slain judges were on their way to work in the morning when unknown gunmen ambushed and fired on their official vehicle. No one claimed responsibility for the attack. Taliban clearly denied its involvement, though they have targeted journalists and media workers in the past.
سر کوچه گفتن که قاضی صاحب شهید شده. آمدیم که خون باتا روی سرک خون گرفته. دیگه با چی بگویم صاحب؟ کجا بریم؟
This is the latest in a string of mostly unclaimed assassinations targeting officials, politicians, doctors, journalists and civil society activists in the war-torn nation. However, Afghan government blames the Taliban for the bloodshed. Many of those killed in recent weeks were actively campaigning against rampant violence and rising human rights violations. According to the data by the New York Times, at least 136 civilians and 168 security officials were killed in targeted attacks in 2020. Afghan women's rights activist Freshta Kohistani was assassinated along with her brother by unknown gunmen in Kapisa province. Her assassination came a day after unknown gunmen killed Yusuf Rashid, CEO of Free and Fair Election Forum of Afghanistan in Kabul, along with his driver. Earlier, journalist Rahmatullah Nigzad was shot dead by unknown assailants in Afghanistan's central Ghazni province. Since November 2020, a series of targeted armed attacks and bombings claimed the life of former Tolu news presenter Yama Shiawash, Radio Azadi reporter Ilyas Dai, Anycast TV anchor Malalai Maiwand, and Aryana news presenter Fardin Amini. These murders represent a shift from targeted attacks on high-profile officials by the terrorists to civil rights activists, media persons and opinion makers in Afghanistan, threatening the voices of dissent and freedom.
This tactic by the Taliban, or the strategy adopted by the Taliban, where it's targeting journalists, government officials and so on and so forth, I think has a multifold aim. First is to target all those who are creating a public opinion within Afghanistan and outside Afghanistan against the Taliban. So when you start targeting journalists, you create a climate of fear whereby nobody starts saying anything critical about the Taliban. The other part, targeting government servants, is basically to paralyze the government. So once the government is paralyzed, it's unable to function, chaos ensues, and it is in this chaos that the Taliban hopes to make a comeback, just as it did in 1996.
The killings are a worrying sign of how much remains unsettled as the United States is withdrawing troops from Afghanistan after nearly 2 decades of fighting and have added to fears that more violence and chaos will follow. Many observers believe that Taliban is using these assassinations as a complement to their coordinated assaults on Afghan security forces to terrorize Afghan society into submitting to whatever terms emerge from the talks, whether that is a peace agreement or civil war. The Pentagon announced it had cut troop levels in Afghanistan to 2,500. It is the lowest number of American troops since the start of the war 2 decades ago. Last February, Trump administration struck a deal with the Taliban to reduce American troop levels in phases and to go to zero by May 2021. However, it is unclear how the new administration led by President Joe Biden will proceed with the peace talks.